How do you get your mind right? You have to have the discipline, the habits that will create the happiness. You have to have the disciplined habits that will lead to peace, that will lead to harmony. Rise and shine, rise and shine. It's time for another episode of the Todd Durkin IMPACT Show. And this is Todd Durkin, and welcome to today's episode. It's all on finding more joy, peace, and happiness right now. And I am so fired up today to talk to you about this topic. Number one, I'm fired up because Fitness Quest 10, my gym here in San Diego, is opened up. We opened up 6 days ago. And man, it feels so great to be back to seeing people, serving people, training people, hearing the music, seeing the smiles. Man, I'll tell you what, all you gym owners, trainers, and coaches out there, thank you for what you do. For all of you who are currently going to your studios, gyms, clubs, thank you for what you do. And for those of you who are just waiting to line up to get back to the studio, to the gyms, so that you can push prowlers, swing kettlebells, pull on TRXs, work with the dumbbells, and light this world up with more positivity, thank you for what you do. Couple quick announcements today, and then I'm going to get right into the show. We have a Twitter chat every Tuesday, 4 o'clock for the next 4 weeks. Just started 2 days ago on Tuesday, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. Please feel free to come over, hop over to Twitter at Todd Durkin, and there's a Twitter chat, and it's hashtag GYMRbook. Hashtag GYMRbook. Get Your Mind Right book. GYMRbook. That is the tweet chat. So if you want to hang out on Tuesdays for 1 hour, and I'm going deep to coach you on the book, And speaking of coaching on the book, for any of you who would like to lead a book club in the month of July, I will be providing you a complete template for the Get Your Mind Right book club. Now, I had never run a book club before, and I kicked it off with my Fitness Quest 10 community just last weekend, and it was awesome. Great feedback. The people really enjoyed going deeper than even the copy in the book. So if you would like to be part of that, lead that, let me know. Just DM me, email me, and I will be more than happy to provide you that template by the end of June, so that if you have 5 or 10 people that you would like to go deep with at your business, at your gym, at your studio, in your family, in your circle of influence, let me know, and I'll get you all the information on how to do that. And lastly, if you enjoyed today's episode, now Thursdays are punchier, they're faster, quicker, and hopefully we inspire you in 15, 20 minutes max. It's all going to be today on some of my favorite quotes on joy, peace, and happiness, and three ways to find more joy, peace, and happiness. If you enjoyed today's episode, can you do me a favor? Take a picture of the cover, share it on your Instagram stories, your Instagram, your Facebook, wherever, and please, let's spread the gospel. Several of you have just joined us most recently. Guys, the last 3 months, the podcast has blown up. I think because more people have time to listen to podcasts. Some of you have been spreading the gospel of the Todd Durkin IMPACT Show, so thank you for that. But continue to share it. One of my missions in life is to motivate and inspire people to greatness. And I believe that this episode and this podcast will continue to do that. So without further ado, let's go to the episode now. We are back. And we're going right into finding more joy, peace, and happiness right now. One of the reasons why I want to do this today is because I believe that most of us are really seeking more joy, peace, and happiness right now. It's something we want in our hearts. So I felt compelled today to share with you. And maybe you're out for your walk, your jog, your run, you're on the elliptical, you're lifting some weights, or you're in the car. Maybe you're even traveling. But literally, as I'm recording this right now, I'm in my gray hoodie. I'm sweaty. I still have my MyZone heart rate monitor on because I want to see how many calories and MEPs I burn while recording a podcast episode. But when it comes to joy, peace, and happiness, number one, when we think about finding more joy, peace, and happiness right now, I have 3 ways. Number one, you don't find joy, peace, and happiness. You don't find it. You create it. You create more joy, peace, and happiness. You manifest more joy. You manifest more peace. you manifest more happiness. You got to think it. You talk about get your mind right. You've got to manifest the emotions that you desire. So when we manifest it, we create that. Very important to remember. You don't just find it. It's not just floating out there. We must actually really think about what is it that we want to think about it, and then we've got to go get it, right? So number 2 is you must choose joy. So number 1, you create it, you manifest it. 2 is you must choose it. Now, there's an old story about 2 wolves, and I love this little parable here. It says this: a boy was talking with his grandfather. "What do you think about the world situation?" he asked. The grandfather replied, "I feel like there are wolves fighting in my heart. One is full of anger and hatred. The other is full of love, forgiveness, and peace. Which one will win?" asked the little boy. To which the grandfather replied, "The one I feed. The one I feed." Which one are you feeding? Which one are you choosing? Are you choosing love and forgiveness and peace and joy and happiness? Or are you choosing to be part of anger and hatred? Where is your heart, right? Which one do you choose to do to bring you more joy? What do you do right now to choose more happiness? What is that? Because the third aspect of this is after you create, after you choose it, then this is the difficult one. You've got to change. You've got to change. So let me ask you this. What do you need to do to release the fear, the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, the hate, the depression, the negativity, or the worry from your heart? Think about that. What can you do to transform it, to change it? See, I love the word transform, transformation of the body, of the mind, and the soul. We create change. We create joy. We create happiness. We choose happiness. And we change our mind. We change our body. We change our spirit so that we can manifest these things. Now, one of the most holy men on earth, I believe, is the Dalai Lama. I've always been intrigued with the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama, who is the spiritual head of Tibet, and actually the current Dalai Lama, he's the 14th Dalai Lama. It started back in 1391, year 1391, and the Dalai Lama represents a state of peace for the head of Tibet. His name is, the current Dalai Lama, his name is Tenzin Gyatso. Tenzin Gyatso. And I did some digging, and I want you to listen when you talk about thinking about joy and peace and harmony and happiness. We manifest it, we choose it, you change it. Well, how do you do that? I want you to listen and think about these amazing quotes. Number 1, there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, to believe, to do, and to mostly live. Number 2, peace does not mean an absence of conflicts. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, education, knowledge, and through humane ways, says the Dalai Lama. Third quote from the Dalai Lama: "Don't ever mistake my silence for ignorance, my calmness for acceptance, or my kindness for weakness. Compassion and tolerance are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength." Whew, powerful. Number 4, man surprised me most about humanity because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. And then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or the future. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. Whew. Wow. Number 4, that was number 4. Number 5, and I've got 10. I got to have 10. That's my number. Number 5 from the Dalai Lama. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. So what's your positive thought right now? What's your positive mantra right now as you listen to this episode? I want you to fill your mind, body, and soul up with nothing but positivity and great thoughts so that you can manifest, you can create, you can change that mindset, that emotion, that feeling of peace, harmony, and happiness. Number 6, the planet does not need more successful people. The planet desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kinds. Number 7, whether one is rich or poor, educated or illiterate, religious or non-believing, man or woman, black, white, or brown, we are all the same. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, we are all equal. We all share basic needs for food, shelter, safety, and love. We all aspire to happiness, and we all shun suffering. Each of us has hopes, worries, fears, and dreams. Each of us wants the best for our family and loved ones. We all experience pain when we suffer loss and joy when we achieve that we seek. On this fundamental level, religion, ethnicity, culture, and language make no difference. Whoa, man, you may need to re-listen to this episode just a few times just to get all these great quotes and thoughts from the Dalai Lama. And number 8 of 10, through difficult experiences, life sometimes becomes more meaningful. Number 9, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. As you know, the Dalai Lama is one of the most compassionate people on planet Earth. And when you hear these different thoughts and quotes from the Dalai Lama, you think, how can I be more like that? How can I practice compassion and empathy and love? And the last one, and I love this one, number 10, a disciplined mind leads to happiness. An undisciplined mind leads to suffering. Let me repeat that and think about this. And I want to hear your feedback, your takeaways from this episode on these 10 quotes on peace, harmony, and happiness. A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. So that talks about mindset, right? You talk about get your mind right, get your mind right, get your mind right. How do you get your mind right? You have to have the discipline, the habits that will create the happiness. You have to have the disciplined habits that will lead to peace, that will lead to harmony, even though sometimes you're not in harmony, you're in disharmony, you're in chaos, you're in craziness. You've got to have the discipline to do the things that are necessary to create what it is that you are seeking. So the Dalai Lama, 10 great quotes. But today, I want to leave you with this. Which ones are you going to commit to? I talked today about the 3 ways to find more joy, peace, and happiness. And I shared some quotes from the Dalai Lama. First, you must create joy, peace, and happiness. You create it. You don't find it. You manifest it. You think about it. You listen to it. You surround yourself with people who are going to bring out your best, not surrounding your people with people who are going to bring out anger or hate or gossip. You hang out with the people who are going to lift you up. Number 2, closely related, you choose joy. Today, make the conscious decision that you will be happy. Make the conscious decision to do the things that are necessary to have those habits that will allow you to find the joy, the serenity, the compassion, and the peace that will allow you to be your absolute best. And then the hardest one is you make the transformation. You change from the inside out. Boy, oh boy, is it easy to ask everyone else to change and to see your point of view. How about you from the inside, allowing yourself to transform your own spirit first, your spirit, your body, and your mind. Body, mind, and spirit. When we can do that, when we change, then I believe that you'll be able to better release your fear, frustration, anger, hate, anxiety, depression, negativity, and worry. We'll be better too. You'll never be perfect. We don't ever be perfect, but we'll seek to be closer to the joy and the happiness and the harmony that we so desire. So my friends today, commit to that. Commit. That would be your fourth C if there was a fourth C, even though I said there's only 3 ways to find it. The fourth one is you got to commit. You got to be all in. You got to be all into the mindset. The mindset to get your mind right, to get your body right, and to get your soul right so that we can find more joy, peace, and happiness. Yes, exercise and training is part of the habits. Prayer, meditation, breath work is part of the solution that will help you find that. So seek it. Commit to happiness. It takes work. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes tenacity. It takes fervor. It takes spirit. It takes sacrifice to say no sometimes to things that you want to do, not that you need to do. It's going to take that mindset, the mind right maniac mindset, the fire breathing dragon mindset that we talk about, to surround yourself with the army of men and women that you need to in your community that is going to get your mind right. And it's going to take prayer. It's going to take prayer. So with hard work, with toughness, with mindset, with prayer, I truly believe that if you create it, you manifest it, you choose joy, and you change, that we're going to find more joy, peace, and happiness right now. Have an incredible day. Go out there and be a peacemaker. Go out there and learn from peacemakers like the Dalai Lama. And when you hear and listen to those 10 great quotes from the Dalai Lama, choose which one most resonates with you. Which one most resonates with you. And if you'd like to and you forgot them, feel free, hop over to the show notes. I've written all 10 quotes down for you. So like, man, you were trying to furiously write down in your iPhone in the notes section of those quotes. I put them all down. They're in the show notes. Check them out in the show notes. And my friends, go out there today, because I started with number 1 is, there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One's called yesterday, the other's called tomorrow. Focus on today so that you can love more, you can do more, you can believe more, and most importantly, you can be more. I love you guys. Have an incredible day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on the Todd Durkin IMPACT Show. Folks, thanks so much for joining into the show today. I hope you enjoyed that. I believe that peace, harmony, and happiness are what most of us desire on this planet. And I hope that today's episode is going to help bring you more peace and happiness and harmony today. Please go out there today and make the world a better place to be. We talk about being a lighthouse and igniting the light inside of you, the light within you to go shine. Go radiate today. Go emanate today. Let the world know that you are different. Let the world know that you are different. And please, if you can do me a favor, if you have not done so already, although many of you have, we have some new listeners. Please make sure you give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really helps. The 5-star ratings really help. And if you are enjoying the episodes, please make sure you give us a review. The reviews really help us catapult up toward the top so we can get more and more mind right maniacs just like you that are going out and infiltrating the universe with more positivity, motivation, inspiration, and light. Have an incredible day, and thanks for all you do. We'll see you next week.